Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Hacker Rank C++ series on competitive coding problems. We will move ahead with the next possible problem. That is, we are first covering some of the vectors problem, then we are coming back to this virtual function and polymorphism. So let's move ahead with this vector erase problem for today's. So first we will go through the problem statement. The problem statement here is about uh, erasing some of the elements from the vector. So we have been provided a vector with n integers. After that, we will be given two queries. The first query will be with one integer. The second query will be with two integers. The first query says the position of, at which we need to erase the element. The element which should be erased, that position will be given in the first query. In the second query, a range will be given. That range of elements we need to erase from the vector. Just we will just look at the sample input. Sample input is specifying first line specifies 6, which stands for 6 elements in the vector. The 6 elements are followed by that number 6 in the next line. After that, we have two queries. First query will be containing a single integer. Second query will be containing two integers. The first query says we need to erase a element at the position 2. Which is the element at the position 2 over here? That is 4. After erasing the 4, we will be getting this, uh, we will be remaining with 1, 6, 2, 8, 9. Then we need to erase the elements from the position 2 to 4. And remember, we need to do the second query after performing the first query's operation. We need to perform the second query on the updated array of the first query. So we need to remove elements between position 2 to position 4. So which are those elements? So here the elements are say 1, 6, 2, 8, 9. So between 2 to 4 means the second and third element should be removed. Here the second and third element are 6, 2. We need to remove 6 and 2 in the modified vector between 2 to 4. In the range of 2 to 4, we need to remove. So how to do that? In the previous video, we have came across how to initialize vectors, means how to declare vectors, read input from the vectors, displaying elements of the vectors, all those kinds of things. In this video, we will look at the erasing. So there are two functions. The HackerRank platform has already given description about those two problems. You can go through it. The first one is erase, which contains a single integer parameter which erases of a single element from a particular position. The second element contains, second version of the erase function contains two parameters. One is the indicating the starting index, the another one to indicate the ending index. Means the range we will be specifying in the second erase function. So definitely for first query we need first erase version. The for second query we need second erase function. So let's try to solve it. Have a vector declared in the form of integer. Just a second. Yes. Let's solve it. First, we need to specify the vector which can store the elements, and we have int n data, which is to specify the number of elements uh, in the vector, and data to read a single data from the input and push that data into vector. Uh, let's first we need to read the number. So we are reading it using scene. Once we read the n, that is number of uh, elements present in a vector, we need to set up a loop for that many elements. For loop which is running from I equal to 0 to I less than n, it will run for n times, reading n integers from the input terminal. How we are reading the data? We are again using cin, and this is where we are using the data variables. So the data variable is to read a data from the input terminal and pass it back to push back to vector, that is data. We are pushing it to the vector v dot pushback. Once we uh, execute this for loop, all the elements, n elements, will be read from the terminal input terminal, and it will be stored in the vector. Then we need to read the queries. Here you can see the input format. First will be n space separated n number. After that, n space separated integer. After that, queries will be there. You can see here in the sample input queries. First query will be one integer. Second query will be two integers. So let's design that. Int q1, q2, I will say, and q3, indicating Q1 for first query and Q2, Q3 combined for second query. We need to read them. See in Q1, Q2, Q3. Once we read them, we need to perform the erase operation. Vector dot erase. First, we will use the first version of the erase function. That is, it takes only one um, integer which is indicating the position. So how to specify the position? We need to specify using the iterator in the vector. So from the beginning of the vector, that is v dot begin plus q1, means q1 numbers ahead, minus 1. Why minus 1? Let's look at some input. You can see here the element 2. So the vector index starts from 0. So if I just specify a v dot begin plus 2, it will erase the number 6 element, because number 1 is 0 index, number 4 is first index, number 6 is second index. But I need to remove this 4, means considering it as a second element. I need not to go here according to index. I need to go by element wise. So I am having a minus 1 so that I can balance the element and index. We need to erase we need to execute the second query. For that, we need the second version of the erase function, which takes two parameters, the range, that is starting and ending position. So for that also, we will be doing v dot begin plus q2 minus 1, uh, again v dot begin. We need to go till q3 for erasing, again a minus 1, because we need not to erase element at that particular index, but one minus to that index. Once we do the erase operation, we need to print the elements, anything else to be printed. Yes, we need to print the size of the modified or updated vector, and we need to print the elements of the vector. Just we will print the size of the modified vector, that is v dot size and del, because it should come on new line. Um, let's have a for loop for printing uh, the updated matrix. I'm using here auto keyword. Auto keyword is more popularly used in the vectors. Auto keyword is used for complicated data types, or whenever we are having a mixed kind of data type like structures, templates, classes, all those kinds. In the vectors also we can use the auto, and it is very popular for vector iteration. Out X means we are printing the, this is a kind of for each loop, I can say. Means I am extracting each element of X, each element from V, and storing that single element in X each time, and I am printing that X in each iteration. That is how it works. Space so that there should be space after, space between every element, and this will work, sure. Let's check it. Sample test cases have been passed. Submitting the code, and that is also passed. So the program is correct and it is working as per the sample input, output, and hidden test cases also. Thank you.